Hyperconjugation or no-bond resonance. The concept of hyperconjugation was put by Baker and Nathan in 1935 as a result of observation concerning the inductive effect of alkyl group when attached to an unsaturated system such as double bond or benzene ring. An alkyl group has electron releasing inductive effect, and the order of positive I effect of different alkyl group is given as the tertiary, which will having the maximum inductive effect, positive I effect, while the methyl group that will having the minimum positive I effect. What when an alkyl group attached to an unsaturated system such as a double bond or benzene ring, the above order of inductive effect get reversed. So hyperconjugation is another kind of resonance or delocalization of electron which take place through overlap between p orbital and a sigma orbital of an adjacent CH bond. The concept of hyperconjugation was developed by Baker and Nathan, and it is also known as Baker and Nathan effect. In fact, hyperconjugation effect is similar to resonance since there is no bond between alpha carbon atom and one of the hydrogen atom. The hyperconjugation is also called no bond resonance. Let us consider the delocalization of electron in propenes. In this case, the electron pair of CH bond, that is sigma bond, is involved in conjugation with pi electron of double bond. So let us see how does this hyperconjugation will take place. So it is the case of the propene, and this one is the methyl group attached with the double bond system. So there are three hydrogen which are attached with the carbon through sigma bond. So this one is the sigma bond, and it is going to break out, and this sigma bond, it is going to take part in conjugation with double bond. So there is pi bond will appear, new pi bond will appear, and this pi bond, it will shift toward this side. So let us see this picture more clearly. This one is the methyl group having 3 CH bond or 3 sigma bond. Now this bond is going to break, and the sigma bond of CH bond, that is going to take part in the pi bond formation, and this pi bond, it will shift toward this side, so it will acquire the negative charge. Fresh pi bond will appear there, and there is no any bond. So this is called hyperconjugation. So it is clear that the delocalization of involve overlapping between sigma orbital of CH bond of alkyl group and the pi orbital of carbon-carbon double bond. So it is called hyperconjugation. Structural requirement for hyperconjugation, there are two main requirements. The first one, compound should have at least one sp2 hybrid carbon of either alkene or alkyl carbocations, alkyl free radicals, and alpha carbon with respect to sp2 hybrid carbon should have at least one hydrogen. So these are the two main conditions which are fulfilled, then hyperconjugation will take place in the molecule. Explanation of observed order of inductive effect of alkyl group when it is attached with unsaturated system, and unsaturated system will taken is simple one, the carbon-carbon double bond. It has been stated that if alkyl group attached with a normal system, in that case the maximum inductive effect that will be shown by the tertiary alkyl group, and the minimum that will be shown by the methyl group. What when these various alkyl group they are attached with the unsaturated system, then this order will get reversed. Now the methyl will show the maximum and tertiary group will show the minimum. So let us see in this example. In this case, methyl group that is attached with the unsaturated system. So it is the case of the propene. Now this carbon, it will having 3 carbon hydrogen bond. Now this bond is going to break out, and this sigma bond, it is going to take part in pi bond formation, and this pi bond, it will shift toward this side. So there is no bond between this carbon and hydrogen. This fresh pi bond will appear, and negative charge that comes on this carbon. So this structure will get formed. Now this bond is going to break out, then this structure will get formed, and if this bond will break out, then the structure number 4 will get formed. So we are having here 3 hyperconjugated structure and 1 normal structure. So it is the case of the propene. Now the case of the butane. So here only 2 alpha hydrogen are there. First one is this one and second one is this one. Now this bond is going to break out, and the structure will get formed, and if this bond is going to break out, then this structure will get formed. So there are only 2 hyperconjugated structure, 1 normal structure. So in case of methyl, we are having 3 hyperconjugated structure, and in case of ethyl, we are having 2 hyperconjugated structure. So we are told that in case of hyperconjugation, the order that will get reversed. If we have to explain the stability of the alkene, the order of alkyl group that will get reversed. Now the case of the alkyl group when it is attached with the benzene ring. Let us take the case of the toluene. Now this methyl group, it will attach with the ring. Now this bond is going to break out. The sigma bond that will going to take part in the bi bond formation, and this pi bond, it will shift toward this side. So there is fresh double bond will appear, and there is no bond between carbon and hydrogen, and negative charge that will come here. Structure number 2 will get formed. Now this pi electron, lone pair of electron, it will take part in the pi bond formation, and this pi bond, it will shift toward this side. Negative charge now comes here. Structure number 3 will get formed. Now this lone pair of electron, it will take part in the pi bond formation. This pi bond, it will come here. Negative charge come here, and fresh pi bond will appear here. Now this lone pair of electron, it will take part in the pi bond formation, and this pi bond, it will go back. Structure number 5 will get formed. So we are having 4 structures. If this bond can break, then again we are get 4 more structure, hyperconjugated structure, and this bond can break, then again we can get 4 more structures. So 12 hyperconjugated structure are possible in case of toluenes. So it explains the stability in case of alkyl group when it is attached with the benzene ring. So it is the case of the toluene. Application of hyperconjugation, it helps to explain the stability of the alkenes. It used to explain the stability of the carbocation and free radicals. So with the help of hyperconjugation, we can easily explain the stability of these three. Cleavage of bonds. The reaction of organic compound involves the breaking and making of covalent bonds and the movement of electron from one side to another. So bond cleavage is splitting of chemical bonds. It is of two types. The first one is heterolytical bond cleavage. In case of heterolytical bond cleavage, covalent bond break in such a way that both the electron of shared pair are carried by one atom. Now this bond can break homolytically. So both the electron, they are carried by one atom which is more electronegative. So the negative charge that will appear on B and positive charge that will appear on A. So this type of bond cleavage, it will lead to the formation of ions. So in case of organic chemistry, the charge carried by carbon, then called carbocation, positive charge carried by carbon. If negative charge carried by carbon, then called carbanion. Then second case, homolytical bond cleavage. In this case, covalent bond break in such a way that each atom separate with one electron of the shared pair. So in this case, the bond will break in such a way that one electron that is carried by this atom and another electron that is carried by this atom. So the two free radical will get formed. This species with odd electron, they are called free radicals. So in case of organic compound, the odd electron that is carried by carbon atom and they are called free radicals, carbon free radicals. So let us take two examples. In first case, the bond that will going to break heterolytically, both the electron, they are carried by one atom. So the negative charge that will appear on this carbon and positive charge that will appear on this carbon, and finally bond can break out and ion will get formed. So it is heterolytical fragmentation or cleavage. Then homolytical cleavage. Now in this case, both the electron, out of both the electron, one electron that is carried by this and another electron that is carried by this, and free radical will get formed. So it is called homolytical fragmentation and homolytical bond cleavage. Nature of reagent. When two substances react together, one of substance is regarded as the attacking reagent while the other is taken as substrate. The new substance formed as a result of reaction are called products. Thus the occurrence of chemical reaction may be depicted as. So in any chemical reaction, the one reaction, the one is substrate and other is attacking reagent, and the final outcome of reaction, that is called product. It may be pointed out that the term attacking reagent is usually employed for the substance whose presence brings about a chemical change in the given substance. So this one is the attacking reagent, which is the main species beyond the chemical reactions. So it will attack on substrate. Nature of reagent. In a reaction between organic and inorganic substance, the organic substance is treated as substrate while the inorganic substance is taken as attacking reagent. How we can decide whether the given substance is attacking reagent or whether it is a substrate? So there are few rules. In first case, if we are having two reactant, one is organic and another is inorganic. So organic substance, that is called substrate, and inorganic substance, that is called attacking reagent. So it is the rule number 1. In rule number 2, in a reaction between two organic substances, the substance which supply carbon atom in the formation of new bond between carbon atom and a heteroatom is treated as substrate. So here we have taken this reaction, ethanol and ethanoic acids. So in this case, the new bond will get formed between this carbon and this oxygen. So here ethanoic acid, that will supply the carbon, so it is called substrate, and this carbon, it is supplied to this heteroatom oxygen, so it is called attacking reagent. So it is the case number 2. The case number 3, in a reaction between two organic substances involving formation of carbon-carbon bond, one substance is arbitrarily assumed to be substrate while other taken as attacking agent. If there is a bond formation and the bond formation will take place between carbon and carbon, then we can arbitrarily assumed one as substrate and other as attacking reagent. So there is a formation of bond between this carbon and this carbon. The final product, this will form. So benzene here taken as substrate, or ethanoyl chloride, that will taken as attacking reagent. So it is all about the nature of the reagent and rule for selection of substrate and attacking reagent. Which one is the substrate and which one is the attacking reagent? Classification of reagent. The first one, electrophilic reagent, and electrophilic reagent or an electrophile is an reagent containing an atom which is deficient in electron. They are sometimes called electron loving because itself they are electron deficient, and so they are always in the search of electron rich species. Electrophiles can be neutral or charged particles, and in chemical reaction they are denoted with E+ symbol. So they are positively charged ions or positive electrophile. For example, H+ ion, Zinc 2+ ion, iron 3+ ion, carbocations, hydronium ion, chloronium ion, nitronium ion, these all will carry positive charge on it. The second one, that is neutral electrophile, boron trihydride, boron trifluoride, aluminium trichloride. These are electron deficient species. Either they are having empty p orbital or either empty d orbitals. They are electron deficient. The most popular electrophilic reagent is carbenes. The second one, nucleophilic reagent. A nucleophilic reagent or a nucleophile is a reagent containing an atom having an unshared or lone pair of valence electron Sometimes they are called nucleus loving because itself they are electron rich species and always in search of electron deficient centers. Nucleophile can be neutral or charged particle, and generally if they are carry negative charge, then they are represented by this symbol, and if they are neutral, then it is represented by these symbols. In chemical reaction there are three types. The first one, negative nucleophile or negative charged ion, OH minus ion, halides, H minus, alkoxide, cyanide and carboanions. Second one, that is neutral nucleophile. Ammonia, it will having lone pair of electron. Water, 2 lone pair of electron. Alcohol, 2 lone pair of electron. Aldehyde, 2 electron and 2 lone pair of electrons. So these are the neutral nucleophile having a lone pair of electron on it. Then free radicals, chloride free radicals and carbon free radicals. So it is all about the classification of the reagents.